Hello, my fellow readers. It's I, Dark Symphony 777, with another fan fiction reading. As always, a link to the stories will be in the description below. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, click on that bell for notifications, leave a comment in the comment section below on your thoughts of the story. And finally, this is my opinion. My opinion is not indicative of everyone in the world, so please respect that. So, I'm actually very sick right now. I'm still trying to recover. But I wanted to get this video out of the way, and I'm going to do the best I can. So, the story, well, I got two stories today. One, this one, and another one, which I actually did a while ago, but something happened. But this story is A Voice of an Angel by Tiana Koopa. It is a Mario fanfiction. She wanted me to actually do a reading of the story. So, let's get into it. Oh, wait. Okay, there we go. Now, this is a Roy story. Oh, okay then. Okay then. I'm still recovering. My throat is like massively sore. So if you hear any problems, it's that. It's that. Okay, let's go. Roy's point of view. I've had a really bad week. Morton won't shut up. Casey isn't around right now. She's in the Bean Bean Kingdom with Mario, Luigi, and Jasmine. I wonder when she's coming back. Wendy started to throw another tantrum for the 5th time this week. Morton won't stop talking either. They're annoying sometimes. I wish Casey was here right now. Next day, same thing happened. Morton talking and Wendy throwing tantrums. When everyone started talking, I couldn't even think. I got up and looked at everyone. "Law, you just shut up," I screamed. Everyone looked at me. I turned around and walked out the castle. I went to a bar in the middle of Darkland and the Mushroom Kingdom. I sat down and got a drink. When I finished my drink, I left the bar. I was walking back to the castle when I heard someone singing. I hid behind a tree and saw a girl. She turned around. It was Casey. Her voice, who is Casey? Who the hell is Casey? This is probably, no, that's Tiana. I don't know who. When she finished singing, I walked up to her and clapped. She turned around and looked at me. "You sound beautiful," I said. She started blushing. "Thanks, Roy," she said. "Why don't you tell me that you can sing?" I asked. "Because people said my voice was terrible," Casey replied. "Well, people must be stupid because you sound like an angel," I said. Casey's face turned deep red. She walked up to me and kissed me. We walked back to the Mushroom Kingdom. I turned to her. "Casey, can you sing for me?" I asked. She smiled. "Oh, Roy." "Okay, Roy," she said. She sang one of her favorite songs. We came to Luigi's house. Casey opened the door. She kissed me again and went inside. That night, I led to my bed and went to sleep. In my dream, Casey was singing. She has the voice of an angel. Okay, there's... The next day, Jasmine and Casey came to the castle. Casey and Jasmine were talking. When they were finished, Casey sat next to me. "Casey, can you sing again?" I asked. "Well, please," I asked. "Okay," Casey replied. She looked at me and started to sing. I'm not reading this while I'm sick. If I was feeling better, I would at least give this little song thing a try. But I'm not risking it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tiana. I can't risk it. So, one song later, Casey finished the song and kissed me. Everyone started clapping. "Wow, Casey, you sounded awesome," Bowser Jr. said. "Thanks," she said. Everyone asked her to sing again, and she sang another song. This is just a filler. The practicing. Okay. Casey was watching TV with Roy and Jasmine when Wendy walked up to her. "Hey, Casey, there's a singing competition in a few weeks. I'm going to be in it. Maybe you should too," Wendy said. Casey thought for a moment. "Okay," Casey replied. "What song are you going to sing?" Jasmine asked. "I don't know yet," Casey said. The next few days, Casey was practicing the song she was going to sing. Luigi was listening to her and smiled. "You sound great," he said. "Thanks, Luigi," Casey replied. The next day, Casey heard Wendy and Ludwig practicing the song they were going to sing. "Off key," Ludwig said. "Shut up, Ludwig," Wendy yelled. Casey laughed and walked away. A few weeks had passed. The contest was in 2 days. Casey was excited and nervous. Okay. Oh, another song. Oh, I won't be able to sing this. Soon the day of the competition came. Everyone at Darkland was watching it. The winner was going to win a trophy. Casey was backstage talking to Wendy. Soon it was Wendy and Ludwig's turn. "Good luck, guys," Casey said. "Thanks," they said. They walked on stage. Casey opened the curtains and looked at everyone. Wow, look at all these people. And the show is on TV, Casey thought. Soon Ludwig and Wendy were finishing singing. Cleared my throat. I got uh I can't do this, Casey said. She ran away. Everyone started to wonder what Casey was. Roy was looking for her when he heard someone crying. He opened the door and saw Casey. He sat next to her. Case, what's wrong? Roy asked. Casey looked up at him with tears in her eyes. Right, I can't go out there and sing. I'm sick, Casey said. Roy smirked. You look okay to me, Roy replied. Fine. I'm scared. What if they start laughing at me? Casey asked. They won't laugh at you. If they do, I'll beat them up for you, Roy said. Casey smiled and kissed him. Thanks, Roy. Casey got up and walked out the room. Everyone got cheered when they saw Casey walk on the stage. Casey picked up the mic. She turned around and looked at Roy. Go on, Roy whispered. Casey turned around and started to sing. And then we got this one big song. Everyone cheered after Casey finishing singing. Coop, I think she actually. Did she write? Hold on. I'm going to read this. Attorney. Deep. No, okay. Game sing. Okay, so this is just a classic song. I guess I wonder, Deanna write this herself? I don't know. Deanna, maybe respond and answer in the comments. Did you write this? It's actually not bad. I just wish I could sing it. Everyone cheered up to Casey finished singing. Cooper walked on stage and handed Casey a trophy. You're the new winner, he said. Roy walked up to her and hugged her. Roy's point of view. Casey sounded really great today. Her voice is beautiful. She really has the voice of an angel. That's really short. Let's see. Yeah, voice of an angel. It's short. Yeah, it's not that long. So, I guess that's that story. I wasn't expecting it to go by that fast. So, what do I think of this story? It's very basic. I think this is like one. Hold on, I have to actually go to her thing because I know for a fact it's like really early. Uh, where is it? Oh yeah, she's only been writing for like a year, so I can't expect this like one, two, three, four, five. Yeah, this is like her sixth story. I don't expect her to really write any complex stories. Uh, from a pure writing standpoint, this is actually written decently enough, especially for someone's sixth story, someone who's still, I would say at this point, I don't know if she's, I don't know if how long she's been writing before, but this is written pretty competently. I didn't see any grammar errors. It's very short. Uh, it's too short to really gauge if they're what the characters are. And I don't even know who Casey is. Let's go back here. Let's actually. Yeah. Okay. Fine. So yeah. She. I remember when I went down here. I saw a bunch of OCs. I don't know why she calls them FCs. They're OCs. Future. I don't know. It could be future characters, or something like that. I don't know. So let's see. Casey, 16 varies. Okay. Singing, dancing, talking friends, getting annoyed, her friends getting hurt. Yeah. Casey and her brother, Caden, were orphans that lived in Sarasota until Luigi found them and wanted to help them. He decided to let them stay with him, and Casey and Casey, what's friends? Soon they start. Okay. So this very, very basic profile. Not like too complex. Wonder if there like did she? Okay, so she has written longer fics. Okay. Okay. So I think the story is competently written. There's not really a lot to go after to talk about because It's just there's so much context missing from this story as a whole. It's like, oh, well, she doesn't like singing. She doesn't like singing in front of people because people said her voice was terrible. But we don't actually see that. There's also the fact that I don't really know Casey as a character, and I don't really care about this. If you want me, like, that's part of, like, that's sometimes that's like the trouble when it comes to reading short stories is there's going to be a lot of stuff missing because you're reading a short story, so there's going to be lots of very vague things in the guise of trying to do a more simple story. This is basically as bare bones as you can get with this type of story, and still having it make sense. It makes sense. It flows at least decently well. Um, if you wrote the story at the end, because this story was basically, all right, wait a minute, I don't even know if she wrote this. Honestly, if she wrote these herself, that would actually be a big bonus to her, because instead of most authors writing like copy pasting lyrics from existing songs, you basically went out of your way to write your own songs. I would at least applaud you for that, but I don't know for sure because I'm not into the song thing. So as of this recording, I simply don't know if this is just something original that she wrote, or something she just copied from existing sources. I think it's I think it's fine. If I scale on a scale of 1 to 5, I give it maybe a 3, like barely a 3, because it's nothing exciting, it's nothing deep, it's simple, it's plain. There is just nothing really to talk about. There's no. I do have one question. It's not even to Tiana. It's just something I've been wondering about. What is with like these super short stories and having them be multi chapters? I don't. I don't know why this exists, but it randomly does. It's just something that's kind of always bothered me. Like, his story is short enough. You don't need to make them multi chapters. You could just. Also, this chapter just. And also, this chapter just needs to go. like, why I exist? Um, Once you made the new chapter, the old like the. Okay, so okay, what would I if I wrote this story, I would just simply expand upon it. If I had to say to change anything for Tiana, just get rid of this chapter. Like, once you did this song, once you did this chapter, you just most people, when they do stuff like this and they make the next chapter, they just delete this chapter and just like, okay, yeah, done. Don't have to worry about that anymore. So I don't know if you're able to. I know you can do it in like anything you uploaded recently, but I don't know if you can retroactively do it this far, like over a decade old. I don't know. I could be wrong. It's me. But yeah, I think I don't really have anything too bad to say about the story besides it's just so vague, because I don't know who Casey is outside of that brief profile, and just the just the most basic plot. But you can kind of chalk that up to her. I guess Tiana wanted to do something more simple and basic. But yeah, that is Voice of an Angel. So let me check. But I need to do this story too. Digimon Tamers, fun with data mining. So I actually did this video once before, a while back, but I got a copyright warning out of it. The author actually wanted me to, uh, was genuinely curious about an actual reading slash review of this. So I'm actually going to be rereading just the little bit, the front half of it, and I think the very end. I'm not going to read the adult stuff. Um, and I just give my general thoughts because I want to at least try and avoid getting a strike because I'm still under the warning. So let's just. This is strictly for liquid phazon. Okay. Let's see. With the 4 years that have passed after the Digimon Tamers have stopped the Renegade program, the D Reaper, things had changed for them, both the Tamers and their Digimon. While most of the Tamers were attending high school, going for classes that would help them reach the jobs of their dreams, Susie, I, and Mako were appointed as the new Digimon Tamers, a responsibility they gladly accepted. But with the fame of the Digimon Tamers, there were hardly any Digimon that would dare enter the real world and cause chaos, knowing they would have to deal with powerful warriors, which include Gallantmon, Mega Gargomon, Sakuyamon, Justamon, and Beelzemon. Only the occasional Digimon who would be arrogant or stupid enough would sneak into the real world in order to start trouble or try to conquer Shinjuku, only to meet their ends at the hands of the new Digimon Tamers alongside their partners Beelzemon and Cherubimon. And while the Tamers had changed, so too had their partners. However, with Guilmon and Renamon, they were going to change further. Inside the Hypnos facility, the parents stopped by just to check on Yamaki and Riley, but had changed of plans when they came across a room neither had seen before, raising their curiosity as they headed inside. So why are we here, Renamon? Guilmon asked curiously as he looked around the room. I just felt as though we needed to know what this place is, Renamon replied, before admitting, and I might need some help if anything dangerous is inside of here. Guillemot smiled and nodded, happy to help Renamon, but believed there was no need for his assistance, for the room was empty, except for one computer, a cable attached to the back of it, and a basket with some clothing inside of it. It is empty, Guillemot said, which just puzzled Renamon. I wonder why this room was abandoned, she wondered aloud, while Guillemot, curious, headed to the computer. Hey, look at this, Renamon, Guillemot cried, getting Renamon's attention, where she approached Guillemot and looked at the monitor. It turns out there is a program on this computer that can alter Digimon's body and personality to their desires or something, the Hazard Digimon told Renamon. Unsure exactly what that meant, but guessed it was important. Really, Renamon asked, feeling her curiosity get the better of her once again. Well, couldn't hurt to give it a try, she commented, facing Guillemon, where she said, Guillemon, you go first. Confused, Guillemon asked, Why me? Because I want to see if this works, Renamon said in reply as she picked up the end of the cable and placed it in Guillemon's ear, what made him flinch a little bit. Feeling a little uncomfortable, but seeing Renamon wanted him to help her, Guillemon tried to relax and let Renamon resume her actions. With Guillemon cooperating, Renamon smiled before she went to a computer and saw Guillemon's mainframe on screen, amazing her. Wow, look at this. It captures your mainframe, she told the red Dino Digimon. Who knows, Renamon started to type away at the computer, making Guillemon ask, sounding a little nervous. Uh, Renamon, what are you doing? Let's see. Renamon said back, ignoring Guillemon's question as she continued to type away. Let's make you taller than me. Muscular. Body of a honk. Huge human body parts. And your personality, mature. As she typed in the keyboard on this command, Guillemon began to groan and moan. Feeling lightheaded as a virus entered him and slowly began to alter his data, his body, causing the Hazard Digimon to fall to his knees as the alteration continued. Well, Renamon didn't notice the condition of Guillemon until she finished with the programming and pressed enter. Well, I guess it's, Renamon began to say, but stopped speaking when she saw a shadow over her form, making the vixen turn and blush upon seeing Guillemon, who now was an inch taller than her. His body was all muscular, his stomach again a six-pack. And as her eyes traveled down his body, Renamon couldn't help but blush deeper when she saw the package between Guillemon's legs. It, it worked, Renamon managed to say. Yes, I should say so. Thanks to you, I lost my childlike presence and was placed with this mature personality, Guillemon said crossly, while removing the cable out of his ear. I can't believe it. Guillemon, you look amazing now, Renamon said, practically drooling over the hunk she had turned Guillemon into as she put her hands on his chest and began rubbing it. Yeah, but now it's my turn, Guillemon smirked, before he suddenly put the cable in Renamon's mouth and approached the computer. What are you going to do to me, Renamon asked, removing the cable for a moment before laying it back in her mouth. Let's see. Guillemon began to say, thinking of what alterations to Renamon he could make to her. Let's give you huge hooters, EE size mostly, a belly button, a visible female body parts. And let's give you a nice, sexy butt. The Hazard Digimon said as he typed in the keyboard, causing Renamon's mainframe to appear on the screen, which after the commands were typed in, showed the visible changes to the mainframe Renamon. Just before the real Renamon moaned as she felt her chest getting bigger and bigger, up to the point where her chest poked out of her mane, as well as revealing a scent of belly button. I hate the fact that I'm censoring myself, but I don't want to lose making any videos for a week. While below her, while below she gained female genitalia, along with a huge yellow butt. Guillemon, you made me look sexy, Renamon gasped. After taking the cable from her mouth, looked over all her body in surprise and found her body quite attractive, up to the point where she was unable to help but feel her new chest, making her moan at how sensitive they were. Yeah, Guillemon said in reply, before smirking as he told the foxy Digimon, I bet you and I can have some fun with this. Renamon smiled at Guillemon's words, where she then walked over to the door, locked it, and then turned back to Guillemon and said with a sly smile, okay, we both tested on each other, but who'd be the main guinea pig? Rock, paper, scissors, Guillemon suggested, earning a nod of agreement from the foxy Digimon, before the pair pulled their hand back and prepared. Rock, paper, scissors, both called, displaying their hands, with Guillemon showing he went with scissors, while Renamon went for paper. Yes, now I can test you on you as much as I want, Guillemon smiled. Well, I did force you to go first, so why not? Renamon said and replied, accepting she was the first of the experiment, to which Guillemon picked up the cable, only this time he placed it in Renamon's. Yeah. Ooh, Renamon moaned, liking the kinky side to Guillemon. So what first? She then asked in a curious and seductive tone. First off, you did tease me about being chubby in the past. Let's see how you like a little payback, Guillemon said in reply before he started to type in the keyboard, making Renamon moan once again. While looking at herself, she found her belly getting a little flounder, while her chest and butt increased in size. Oh, I feel so fat. I'll never call you fat again, Renamon promised with a sincere smile as she rubbed her belly. Part of her pretending she was pregnant and inside of her was Guillemon's child. Good, Guillemon said and replied, glad to hear Renamon's promised, before he resumed to have his fun with her. Hey, here's an idea, Guillemon said as he returned to Renamon to her slim belly again, before typing chest 250, waist 120. With the alteration set, Guillemon pressed the enter button, causing Renamon to moan in enjoyment as her chest and butt grew bigger than before, up until they were too big for her body. Oh wow. Renamon moaned in lust as she held up her giant chest and hugged them, feeling the squishiness of them, just before spanking her huge butt with her tail. The program is amazing, she stated, finding she was losing her rational way of thinking to a more lustful one, not that she cared. Okay, returning your chest and butt side back to normal, Guillemon then said, reversing the effects on Renamon, who checked herself out, seeing her body was still looking beautiful. But wanting to continue showing it off, Renamon checked the basket of clothing to see if there's anything she could wear that would arouse Guillemon, surprising her what she found. Look! Outfits, ropes, toys, the lot, Renamon said as she took the clothing and items out, making her comment, whoever owned this room must have a dirty mind. Yeah. Tell me about it, Guillemon replied as he gazed at Renamon, the clothing and toys, before resuming his attention to the monitor, where he saw another function, giving the red dino Digimon an idea. With the cable still plugged into Renamon, Guillemon changed from physical functions to the personality settings, where he scrolled down the various personalities before coming across one that interested him. Personality, shy, display, bunny. Clicking on the personality, Guillemon wondered how it would affect Renamon, before getting his answer when he turned around to see Renamon, who was now wearing a crimson-colored one-piece bunny suit, with black tights on her legs, while still showing off her butt, making the vixen look incredible. After turning her gaze to Guillemon, Renamon then smiled shyly as she then bowed and said in a soft tone, "Oh, hello, sir. Would you like anything of me?" Um, Oh god, I feel like I'm about to throw up. Give me a second. Okay, just out. Wow, it worked. You now have a shy personality, and you're wearing an outfit like a pro, Guillemon commented, making Renamon blush and smile. Glad to be complimented before placing the cable into her again and asked, "Can you do another personality change to me, sir?" "Sure," Guillemon said as he typed. "Personality. Naughty. Display. Swimwear." With that, Guillemon then heard Renamon giggling. Megan turned for a second time to see Renamon now wearing a light blue and very thin bikini, still showing off her chest while the bottom of her outfit rubbed against herself between her butt, which just made Renamon smile at the sexy ensemble, as well as how it not only hugged her curvaceous body, but also teased Guillemon by barely covering herself. "Hey Guillemon, check out the new me," she said, showing off her bottom and smacked it with her tail. "Very cheeky." Guillemon replied with a smirk, liking the new Renamon. Before wanting to see what other personalities he can install into her, he then picked up the cable, removed the bottom of her outfit, and placed it inside of her again. After scrolling a little, Guillemon smirked when he came across a personality, one he never expected the original Renamon to remotely show. Personality: promiscuous. Display: lingerie. "Why, hello there, hot stuff." Renamon's voice then purred in a deep and sultry tone, making Guillemon immediately turn around and saw Renamon, wearing a black lace bra, black lingerie bottoms, and leggings, showing off her bare bottom while the foxy Digimon smiled like very promiscuous, a troll-op. "I like this personality the best. Suits me very well, don't you think?" Renamon smiled as she shook her bottom, before playfully slapping it. "Yeah, it suits you a lot better," Guillemon commented in reply. "Okay, I better reset you back to normal," the red Digimon then said, about to change Renamon's programming back to normal. However, Renamon suddenly grabbed Guillemon's hand, stopping him. "Please wait," Renamon said as she smiled at Guillemon. "Let me stay like this, but lose the lingerie. Also add obedience to my personality and put my status as your lover, wife, and those two words. I'm not taking any chances on this." The boxy Digimon then instructed as she started to kiss around Guillemon's neck and collarbone, surprising him at her words and actions. "Renamon, are you sure about this?" Guillemon asked. Although he found the new Renamon quite sexy and desired her, Guillemon had his doubts, thinking Renamon wasn't thinking clearly, which made Renamon smile, seeing Guillemon so caring towards her, causing her to show she was serious and began to strap off her lingerie. Is it where I'm going to stop? I know, like, right here you can see there's the lemon, but I'm really not taking the chances. If I didn't have the warning, I might read the rest of this into the lemon, but as it stands right now, I'm stopping this right now. Uh, you can read it. You can read this right here. This is just and it's just the rest of it is just the lemon, the erotic part of the story. If you want my opinion on this, if you're over the age of 18 and you like Renamon, go read the story. It's well written. It's a very very well written erotic story. I would give this a 4 out of 5. That's just me. So this has been Dark Symphony 777. You know what? I still got a little bit more to talk about this. Sorry, throat's irritating me, and I got to work on Queen Pins, and the One Piece one. So I do like the setup of this. Them like transforming their bodies. It's classic. It's classic hub material. I don't have anything more to say about it. It's important. It's like that one Mr. Incredibles meme. Erotica is erotica. Yeah, that's more or less what I say about this story. This has been Dark Symphony 777, and cut.